Good morning. It is about 6 a.m. I'm at the trailhead for the hike to Gray's and Torrey's Peak. As you can see, it's already 6 a.m. Parking lot's almost full. I think a lot of people came up here last night and slept in their cars. The road to get to this trailhead is hellacious. There were a lot of warnings about it on the internet, and it lived up to its reputation. There was one point where I wasn't sure, even in all-wheel drive, if I would make it up. But anywho, I'll check in about an hour. This whole path, I think, is like 8.5 miles to get back here. I'm not sure if I'm headed up to any of these places, but they are beautiful. We'll probably get some cool shots as the sun starts coming up more. All right, let's do this. Okay, so we just pulled around on the trail. I think we can see where we're going now. So you see there's a peak there, and then I think it's called a saddle across this other peak. So I think the trail goes up to the left peak, that's Gray's, and then I'm gonna shimmy on across that doodad, the saddle, to get up to the other one, Torrey's Peak. They're both 14ers. I'm like maybe a quarter mile from the trailhead. I'm already like, oh God, I could use some more oxygen. So it's gonna be a long day. Okay, about 1.5 miles in. From here you actually have a pretty good view of the trail. I'm obviously gonna go up there. And I think it goes up this ridge and then over across, and you can see way up there, the light brown lines that are sort of crisscrossing back and forth. That's the path up to the summit of Gray's. So, no problem. I've got, I don't know, I guess 2,500 feet of elevation gain to go or something like that. But, I mean, look, the sun's about to come up over this ridge. It's a beautiful day. I've got an adopted family hiking behind me. I'm sure I'll figure out which state they're from by the time this is over. Onwards and upwards. And there it is. Just a couple seconds later. Came right up over the hill. So now I get sunshine on my face. Okay, it's 7 a.m. I've been hiking for about an hour. I'm about 2 miles in. It's really windy. And I have a feeling it's only going to get worse as we go up. So I pre-apologize for what the sound will be later on. As you can see, I've had to change into my warm hat, but not a bad way for the morning to start. Gotta keep. Okay, so this is where I'm going up, and then up to that peak, and then shimming across over there. But if you think that looks crazy, I just heard some people talking, and I couldn't see them on the trail. And hopefully you can hear this when I turn the camera. All the way up there at that top, there are people who are approaching this peak from, I guess, somehow over there. And then, like, mountain goating up this ridge, which is like a jillion miles high. And hashtag acoustics, I don't understand. I can hear them talking from way down here, even when it's windy. And I guess these things over here, some insane people allegedly like hike up there and then ski down in the winter when there's more snow. No. Okay, that's where it came from. You can see that guy's just ahead of me. And then the trail goes up over there. You see some humans there. And then up, 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 up. I don't know if you can see, but there's a ton of people up there. I can count like, I don't know, 50 that I can see on the trail from here. Tiny little ant people from here, but nonetheless. I started hiking at 6. They've got to be at least half hour, 45 minutes ahead of me. So damn, they started early. All right, there's a view of the trail that I've come up so far. Here's where I am. There's where I'm going. The peak is actually in a cloud right now. And then that's the saddle over across to there. We'll see if it's still cloudy up there when I get there. It's got at least another hour and a half or so. This part is hard. That's all I have to say. Okay, it's 7:45. I'm about 2.86 miles in. I reached a point where the trails diverge. This one's gonna go up to Gray's Peak up there. And then I'm gonna go across the saddle. When I come back down, I'll be coming back where that person's coming from with their dog. I wonder if the dog can give me a ride. All right, gotta keep going. This part that I just passed was so hard. And it looks like, oh good, it stays hard. Hey everybody, it is 9:30. Whew. So I actually already got to the top of Gray's Peak over there. I didn't film anything because the wind has been so brutal this entire trip up. I don't know if you can see the trails. So that's the trail over there that I took up to get to Gray's Peak. The wind has just been insane. Like my hands were too numb to operate a camera up there. Although somebody did take my picture with my sign. So right there is the saddle trail to come down Gray's, and went down that, and I'm now about halfway up to Torrey's Peak. You can see up there, you see that guy in the red. He was with me over at the peak of Gray's. So I'm so close, but I'm so far. This has been a much more difficult experience than Bierstadt was a couple days ago, just because it's so cold and so windy. But you gotta admit, it is beautiful. All right, so if I can, I'll add to the video while I'm up at the peak. But if it's too windy, I'll check in on the way down. See, talk to you in a bit. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mountain goat down there. My hands are too cold to zoom in, but it exists. All right. I am now at the top of Torrey's Peak, having just made it over from there, which is Gray's Peak. The wind has died down a little, thank God.
Well, if you look at the picture, it kind of...
So down there, you can see the trail way back when. God, I can't wait to be back down there. It's so cold. But, I mean, wow. This is 14,267 feet or something like that. It is 10 a.m., so I've been out for 4 hours now. Like, let's see, 4.75 miles. So, hopefully it won't take me that long to get down. I'm ready to descend back to summer. All right, So that's how you do two 14er peaks in one day. I'm gonna take some pictures and then start on my way down. Okay, I'm on my way down from Torrey's Peak, but the place where I'm at now is a great place to show how the trail started. So I started way out there around that corner, and then you can see the trail comes up. And then I went up that trail to the top of Gray's Peak. Bloop. All of that over there was terrible. The wind was like 25, 30 miles an hour, straight in your face. You're like, oh my God, as if the incline and the lack of oxygen weren't bad enough. Now, Aang the airbender is trying to blow me off this mountain. So then from up there, you can see there's a trail that comes down. So I did that. I came across here. And then went up there, and that's Torrey's Peak over there. Now I'm coming back down. And you can see that trail that comes across. So I'm going to go across that snow and then rejoin the trail that I came up on. As you can see, the views are just like amazing, incredible. I'm having a much better time now that a white wizard Saruman is not trying to blow me off the mountain and through the mines of Moria. All right, let's get down to summer again, to some heat in the car, and of course, most importantly, the Diet Coke that's... Oh my God, these Air Force jets just flew over. It was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. All of a sudden you just hear this noise and it's like so close to you. Oh boy. Definitely gonna need to put these pants in the laundry when I get home, because I've soiled myself. I wonder if they're gonna come back around. Oh my God. Yikes. Okay, I think I hear the jets coming. Okay, back down below tree line. This is some real Alps Julie Andrews Sound of Music stuff right here. All right, I made it. Back down at the car, at the parking lot. That was hard, and that was not an easy thing. I'm glad the experience is over. It is noon, so it took exactly 6 hours. And it was clocked in at like 8.4 miles with like, I don't know, 1 million feet of elevation gain or whatever. Cool experience. Would have been way better without all the wind. Now I'm gonna eat some food, drink some Diet Coke, and confront the most anxiety-provoking part of this experience, which is getting my car down the hellacious road that leads up to this parking lot. I just don't want to get stuck. That's the dream. I made it up here, so it should be possible. Anyway, cool experience. I am gonna eat some ibuprofen and food now. Bye-bye.